We're excited to bring you our Moon and Stars coaster mold tutorial. This is a brand new mold we have where you can fill the moon and stars and then top coat it on the backside. I'm going to be using Eye Candy Pigments Jungin Silver, Eye Candy Pigments Aura Gold, Eye Candy Pigments Nokon Blue, and Solar Color Dust Hyper Holo Glitter. Start out by using about 1.35 ounces to fill the moon and stars part. You need less than 0.35 of an ounce for the stars and about 1 ounce to fill the moon areas. We do sell these molds separately. I just did a set of them to have them matching. I'm using a pipette here to drop the color into the stars. If you have a steady hand, you could probably pour from the cup, but I tend to make messes. So I figured the pipette was the perfect tool for me to use. I'm squeezing the mold and kind of bouncing it off the table, making sure it settles all the way through. I'm also taking a little silicone tool that has a pointed end, just pointing that mica down in there because it does tend to be thick and the star area is kind of small. Filling up the second mold with the Aura Gold pigment. Again, making sure all the little points of the star are filled. Now I'm getting the Jungin Silver, hopefully that's how that's pronounced. This is a pretty heavy pigment powder. I think I used 2 scoops there and 1 ounce. And the 1 ounce does cover both moons. So the 0.35 covers the resin for 6 little stars, and 1 ounce covers the moons. This is a very pure silver color, and I love it, but I had to make sure that it was tucked into those little edges of the moon. Same as the stars, you don't want to have a bare edge. I think I had to use a toothpick there to get into the edges. Pouring a little bit more just to even it up. And then I'll leave that to cure before I pour the back. Again, I'm just tapping it around, hoping that the mica powder gets all the way down to the bottom. After this is set up for a good 12 hours, I took the Nokon Blue and added some Solar Color Dust Hyper Holo glitter. It's a super fine glitter, and we wanted it to look like maybe little stars in the background, a sparkling sky. I tend to use this Hyper Holo glitter in pretty much everything I do. It takes 2 ounces to fill each mold for the back. So I put 2 ounces in the mold on the left and 2 ounces into the mold on the right. Again, tapping it, pulling away the edges, making sure the resin gets all the way down and fill the area. What's great about these molds is you don't have to worry about what happens on the front because we've left enough room and have a little ridge, so it's going to be really easy to top coat it. Again, 2 ounces of resin going on the right side. Tapping it and just squeezing out that edge, making sure the resin all goes down. After that's dried and cured, it's time to demold. Those turned out super cool. The Jungin Silver gives the moons a really natural look. So now I'm just mixing up 2 ounces each to top coat. And there's a little ridge there, doesn't have to flow over, just fill enough to go right up to the edge. And then you cover it with Tupperware, something to keep the dust away from it while the top coat is curing. Moving the resin around, making sure there's no bubbles. Once that's set, we're going to have a beautiful end result here. Wow, those turned out great. Those eye candy pigments just make this project shine. What do you think of our new coaster molds? Leave us a comment below.